This is a short video demonstration of ProgrammExpress, the web-based portfolio program and project reporting application, specifically for Drax Group, demonstrating that we can set up a demo site with logo and configure the corporate color palettes. ProgrammExpress, its aim is to minimize the effort and complexity of manual project reporting by providing a solution that allows simple project updates and powerful reporting, and I shall demonstrate that. Okay, so I'm going to log on as an administrator of ProgrammExpress. You can be an administrator, you can be a write access user, or a read-only user. An administrator, when they log on, will be able to access all the data within the application. On the left-hand side, we have all the portfolio, the programs and the projects. The administrator will be able to see everything that has been set up within the database. They will have access to the admin settings, so there are a lot of different configuration items that the administrator can do. And they will also have access to all the modules and functionality within ProgrammExpress, shown here as icons, but better described through the Updates tab as commentary, plan, resources, costs, benefits, impacts, risks, and logs. Not all of the functionality has to be used. It can be filtered such that only maybe 5 out of the 8 modules is required. But from this screen, it's designed such that the project managers or the users will have made their updates, and the administrator will be able to see from this place the health of the projects within the programs, looking at the red, amber, green dashboard against each of the functionality areas. They will be able to access any one of the data areas. So, for example, Project 1A, access the planning screen if they so wish. And more importantly, as a result of users having made their updates, they'll be able to run reports from this screen. Reports can be set up within the reporting screen with dashboards and saved, and then set up as shared reports. They can automatically be run. So an example of that would be from the top level, the project's portfolio, and you can run these reports from any level. I'm going to run a reporting pack RAG status summary, which is really an Excel type report summarizing, automating, aggregating all the project data into one report. So you'll see here these PDF reports. You'll see here the portfolios, programs, the projects that sit underneath them, and then specific data that's been configured for this report, a bit of red, amber, green information, and some commentary on overall focus for next period decisions and escalations. If you want to run more of a project report, you could select a project and run a one-page summary. So this will be specifically a report for one project. And here you will see a report that sits nicely within PowerPoint, showing a timeline, the RAG status, and then the commentary. The commentary areas are configurable, so these are examples. So easy to run reports and easy to update ProgrammExpress by the user. So I'll demonstrate now. I was an administrator, and now I'm going to log on as a user. So I'll log on as myself, Nick Wilson. So now we're accessing the same home screen, same database, but you'll see a lot more filtered views, so less clutter, and we've given right access to myself and Wilson just to these 3 projects. And we've also decided that these projects only need updating with commentary, plan, budget information or costs, and logs. So the requirement for filling in ProgrammExpress is very clearly laid out to the user. The user will click on the project, click on the commentary. They'll see the commentary that have been made and when they were made, and then just add new comments, click Save, and it will say who and when made that comment. If I want to remove that comment, I can do so. And when I've done that, I can then go through to my high-level plan, and I'll see the phases of the plan, and I'll see the dates. And if I want to make any changes to the dates, I can just click on the date icon and then make changes to the current date, and potentially not the original date or the baseline. That might be frozen out. Moving through, updating budget information. We can see here you can update by revenue and capital, and we can see where the variances are, etc., etc. We can see that this project planned for £1 million worth of spend and forecasting 1.45, and they're showing the variance. And then moving into logs, updating our issues, actions, decisions, lessons learned, again, whatever you've configured. And then once the user has made their updates, they may have set up some reports in their My Reports portal, and I'll run a one-page overview report. This will be more of a Word-style document that gives more detail about the project. Latest commentary, latest plan information, latest risks, actions, decisions, issues, and lessons learned. Or again, I could run that with a one-page summary. So simple inputs and then various forms of project outputs. Happy with that, so I can log out, but the administrator will be logging back in to check the status of all the updates that have been made. And without actually going into the reports, there are various different administrator reports showing what projects have been updated, user access types and the user activity, who's been logging on, who's been making updates. And indeed, this reporting screen, we can have a look at all the different reports that you can run. We can preview them to see what they look like, different types of reports, and then we can start to configure reports, making setting changes, saving, and then it will appear in My Reports or Shared Reports, depending on whether that's just for the person who's logging on or whether you want them to see reports that you've set up and you've shared with every single user so that they can run them. A couple of more example reports. If I go into my Shared Reports, run the one-page summary. Now this will run a one-page report against every single project, 23 pages. So very simply, there's your pack of one pages, status and health of each of the projects. Or maybe you want to run a Gantt chart report from the portfolio level, which means that every single sub-project and plan will be reported within here. So you can see the plans for every single project. And going back to the top, we use the red, amber, green methodology for taskbars. Green meaning that all the tasks are on track, amber meaning it's forecast to be later than was originally planned, and red means that milestone has been missed. If we want to run red risks, we're filtering out all the risks and just producing the red ones across the whole portfolio. Very simple way of getting all the red risks within all of the projects. If resources is a module that wants to be used or there is a requirement for, we can run the resource usage summary. This replaces the need for Excel. It aligns to the plan moves and resourcing moves with it. We can see which resources have been allocated to which projects, the number of days in a month. We could change this to a week, and we could have a look down and see if there are any issues. So we've got major over allocation for this specific resource. The final thing is where we can wire up new portfolios. We have a new portfolio called Board Report, which is a makeup of projects that sit within the main portfolio, but it might be specifically that we want to run a report for the board, and these are the ones that have been selected, and any one of those reports that I've just run, I can now run a reg status report, for example, and it will just show the projects that have been wired under that report. And again, I can run the Gantt chart, the one-page summary, all of them. So we can wire up new portfolios for different types of views. So that's just a very brief view of ProgrammExpress and what we're trying to achieve. Hopefully you'll see that it's simple data input, and once the data is there, there are many different ways of reporting at project, program or portfolio level. So thank you for watching.